Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Jessica and Reese Show. Sorry if my face scares you. There's no makeup on it. I thought I would do a chit chat, get ready with me, and answer your questions on Instagram. I asked you guys like literally 5 seconds ago. You guys always come through so fast. So there's a ton of questions that we're gonna go over. And look what I did. I made it tank top with Reese on it too for the Jessica and Reese Show. So I don't know if you want a picture of our face on it, it's there. I kind of just made it because I wanted it personally, not gonna lie. Okay, so let's just jump right in. I don't have eyebrows, but first I'm gonna put on some primer. This is the stupid expensive primer. The time it takes to set up for a YouTube video. You guys, ridiculous. I'm putting some Tarte, what do you call it? Moroccan oil under my eyes. Just a little bit, and I do this because I use Tarte Shape Tape and that shit is dry as hell. Do all this, and then we'll start on these brows. Dying to get my eyebrows microbladed. Dying. Okay, first question. Should I screenshot them so you guys can see them? I don't know. What are you most proud of? That would be my kids. I am most proud of my babies because they're amazing. What's your next tattoo gonna be? Oh Lord. I don't know. I'm kind of good for tattoos right now, you know? I mean, I finished my sleeve. So actually, on the main channel, we're about to hit 300,000 subscribers. How weird does that sound? Like, I didn't think 300 people would want to listen to me. So, you know, it's weird, amazing, but also weird. And, you know, sometimes I feel a lot of pressure. Just throw that on the floor, it's fine. I do feel that a lot of pressure comes with that. I'll be right back, I'm gonna do my brows. Do you get paid when your videos appear on Facebook? I wish. No, I do not get paid when my videos appear on Facebook. I do not, which sucks, but you know, it is what it is. I know I shouldn't do this. I'm not a makeup artist, so please don't come for me. This is how I do my makeup, so we just need to get over that. Yeah, usually I'll get an email from like BuzzFeed or something. I've had videos go viral multiple times over. So I had a baby in prison, went viral. Prison hygiene went viral. Prison pizza went viral like 10 times over. It has like 20 million views on BuzzFeed alone. And then usually if BuzzFeed picks up a video, a ton of other pages will pick it up. So prison pizza went viral multiple times over. So cringe. I didn't make 1 penny from the 20 million views on BuzzFeed or the 5 million views from Tasty or whatever it is. I didn't make 1 cent. Didn't make 1 cent with a single viral video ever, because these pages make money and they don't give us any money. They ask, can I have your video or can I use your video? And you either say yes or no. Sometimes they just steal it without asking. But most of the times I'm just like, yeah, sure, go ahead. You're gonna take it anyway. Sometimes they ask for permission, sometimes they don't, and I have not got paid at all. But I did get made fun of by, you know, millions of people on Facebook. So that was fun. Side note, I hate Facebook. Okay, moving on. Are you worried about your safety from your prison friends' jealousy of your success? That's a weird one. Let me think about that. No, I'm not worried about my friends being jealous. Because if they're my friends, they're happy for me, you know? And if they tell me that they're jealous, I always reassure them that they can do what I did. Jealousy is a normal human thing. It's a normal emotion that we all feel. So I don't want my friends to ever feel jealous in a negative way, you know? But I also want them to know that they can achieve everything that I have. I'm not special. Please talk about your pets. Our hamster passed away. She was probably 3 years old. And we lost our husky last year, and that was so hard for our family. And some things I don't put online, some things I don't talk about online. And it's been, I don't know, 8 or 9 months since our dog passed. I knew that we wouldn't have our husky for that long because she was old when she came to us. She was a rescue, but still it was sudden and it was very difficult for our family. So I haven't talked about it online, and you know, like I said, some things I just don't want to talk about, and that's been really difficult. So we are looking right now to adopt a puppy, and I would like to raise a puppy from puppy. I've never had a puppy. I've always had rescues. Maybe the puppy can be a rescue. I don't really know, but right now I'm looking for a new dog for my family. But we couldn't get a new dog right away because it was just too hard. So we had to wait a while, and it's been 8 or 9 months, so, you know, maybe it's time. I don't know. I think I'll know like when I see the dog, I'll know. You know what I mean? Like, we are looking, and I feel like it is time for our family to move on and get a new dog. Do you pay guests when you make a video with them, or is it all volunteering to be on? So it depends. Robbie has definitely gotten the ad revenue because he has needed it. Randy got ad revenue because at the time he was doing the right thing and trying to rebuild. But per video, it takes me hours and hours and hours to edit. And my friends know the work that goes in, and they don't ask for it. You know, even when I have given the ad revenue to the guest, they've never asked me for it. It's something that I just do. You know, I volunteer to help them with whatever the situation is. And in the case of Randy, and specifically in specific cases like Randy and Robbie, they needed help. But the other guests that I've had on are either YouTubers themselves, so they know what's up. They know all the work that goes in, or a volunteer here and there. How do you ignore hateful, ignorant comments? Ooh, you know, it hasn't been easy. YouTube honestly has been so hard, especially for my mental health, but I talk about it. I have a really cool group of YouTube friends that understand what this is like and that have helped me, you know? So I'm very lucky that I have like coworkers. They're not coworkers, but other YouTube creators that understand how tough it is. So, you know, I do have people that I can reach out to when I'm like, ugh, oh, these comments are bad today. So I'm lucky, but I knew before I started, I knew that I would piss people off because on my main channel, I don't talk about slime or something not controversial. I talk about prison and addiction and mental health and my story, and I knew that it was gonna make people say some fucked up shit to me anyway. I feel like no matter what content you make on YouTube, you're gonna get hate, but I knew that like I was gonna get specific hate that triggered me like that. Over time, I've just gotten used to it. So I'm using this Tarte palette that's probably expired, and I went in with Charmer, Flower Child, Smarty Pants, Firecracker, Rocker, Funny Girl, basically all of them, and just kind of smeared them on my face, like so. Not sure if you even asked this, but would you consider moving back to New York? Hell no. Hell to the no. No. For me, like, I didn't feel triggered in Arkansas, even though I used in Arkansas. I feel triggered in New York. Mix these two. Yeah, I have connections and know people, and just being around my hometown was just not good for me. Like, it just wasn't. So for me, I wouldn't want to live in New York. I love New York City, but I really like living here in Chicago area. I don't live downtown. I don't know if y'all noticed. From like my Instagram or anything. I don't live in the city. I live in the suburbs. But I'm close enough to a city where I'm happy, and Reese is far away enough from a city that he's happy. We found a really good middle ground, you know? So I love living here. Do inmates have enough blankets in the winter? Ooh, that's a good one. Nope, we get 2 blankets and 1 sheet or 2 sheets. I think we get 2 sheets. I mean, I'm sure every place is different, but you don't, to the best of my knowledge, in the facilities that I have been to, you don't get an extra blanket in the winter. But like in New York, we got hats and jackets. Did we get gloves? I don't remember them issuing out gloves, but they gave us hats and jackets and boots because it snows in New York. But in Arkansas, we only got work boots. And I think we got a jacket, but everyone used it as a pillow because it's so hot in Arkansas. Were you more emotional during your second pregnancy because of your first experience? Oh, no, I was more emotional during the first one because, you know, I was freaking terrified. The second one, it wasn't more emotional per se. It was just like I was reliving the trauma, if that makes sense. So I felt anxious all the time. As for the first one, I was just scared because it was the unknown. I didn't know what was going to happen. My second pregnancy, I was just anxious all the time. All of the time. I couldn't really sleep very well. I felt like I always had an elephant sitting on my chest. I was just very anxious. And then after Riley was born, I had postpartum depression, and I got so depressed that I almost relapsed, and I would actually have flashbacks and visions of using because I was so depressed and I didn't know what the fuck was wrong with me. And I was like, why are you depressed? Why? Like, you literally have, you know, a healthy baby. You got to keep her. This is nothing like before. Why are you depressed? And I beat myself up and I beat myself up. And then finally I'm like, duh, this is not your fault. It's postpartum depression. Like, you should know this. You should know this. You should know what this feels like. You're okay. And once I started to say it out loud and I reached out for help, I felt so much better. But that took months. And I was so miserable because not only did I have postpartum depression, but Riley had acid reflux and she was super, super colicky, and then she started teething and she basically cried for an entire year, and I'm like, I'm a failure because this baby never stops crying. And I really felt like the worst mother ever because I didn't know how to calm down my child most of the time. So, not my fault. And mom guilt is a real thing and it's very hard. So if you're going through that, please know that you're not alone, and please know that you are not a failure. And every baby is different. So even though you had one baby and they were an angel, Micah, and then you have another baby and they're not, Riley, just know that they're just different. You know, they're different. They're gonna respond to situations differently. They have a different emotional makeup. They're different. Micah's an extrovert, Riley's an introvert, and it's so funny seeing them together. So yeah, every kid is different. So you're not a failure if you're struggling. It's a very normal thing. How did it feel being able to put proper makeup on after prison? Y'all are gonna laugh at me, but I didn't know how to put makeup on. I learned how to do makeup just a few years ago, like just a couple of short years ago, and I found a couple of tutorials, and I was like, oh, I can do that. As it turns out, I couldn't. And it took me a really long time. Sorry, I know I'm clanking shit around here. I'm gonna use this Becca brightening powder. Yeah, but it felt good to be able to buy makeup, because I would see girls in prison doing makeup. You can buy makeup in prison. Not county jail, prison. And I'm like, wish I could afford makeup. I'm just trying to eat over here. So I was jealous a little bit, you know, because I like just wanted to not look like a thumb in a prison outfit, but I was also like trying to eat and like use deodorant. So fun fact for you, everything costs money in prison. Soap costs money. You don't get anything. If you want to brush your teeth, you want to have good hygiene, if you want to wash your hair, you have to pay for it. You have to pay for everything. Butter biscuit is what she named it. Stop it right now. This is so cute. I've been using this by Fenty. It's the cream bronzer. What is your favorite genre of music? Oh, that's, you guys, I am the most confusing person ever, but basically I love everything except country. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. I feel like people that like country, they're always like, oh, it's okay that you don't like country. But then people that don't like country, we're so dramatic about not liking it that we're like, I will literally throw myself out of this car if you turn on country music. People that don't like country can be so mean. Like, I've definitely said those words before. But people that like country are like, oh, it's okay, I understand, you know? Please tell me I'm not alone in thinking that. But I like everything from Ben Harper, reggae, to Ozzy Osbourne. Everything from Slipknot to Billy Joel. Everything from the Beatles to Post Malone. Like, what? Everything. I like everything. It just depends on the mood that I'm in. But I love classic rock. I love classic rock. My dad runs a classic rock radio station, so I grew up on it, and you know, I don't know, that's what I like. That's what I like. I feel like I put too much on my forehead. Just don't look at it, it's fine. Words to live by. Don't look at it, it's fine. It looks different in my mirror than it does in my viewfinder. Well, this camera can go straight to hell. Okay, what's the next one? Where do you want to go on vacation? So Italy, but I'm a felon, so I don't have a passport yet. I'm gonna try to get a passport because a lot of you guys said that I could. So we're gonna work on that, and I will vlog it for you guys and keep you posted. Fun fact, the reason why I want to go to Italy is because I am third generation. My grandfather came to this country in 1922 from Italy, from Sicily, and yeah. I don't speak Italian because he was pushed to speak English when he got here, and he didn't teach my dad and my uncle how to speak Italian because he, like I said, he was forced into speaking English. You kind of have to speak the language of the country you're in. So unfortunately, I never learned Italian, but it's never too late. I can learn it now. I struggle with Spanish. I'm okay. My Spanish is like Dora the Explorer level, like, you know, mochila, mochila. No, I know a little bit of Spanish. Yo sé poquito español. Yo sé mi español de la calle. So like, I learned it in the street is what that means, I think. I know how to order a cheeseburger, hamburguesa con queso. So I can order food. I can tell you to off. I can say, where's the backpack? You know. I know my colors, I know my alphabet, and I know how to say certain things, but I'm not fluent, and that sucks. I feel like I was so much better at Spanish when I was speaking it every day, and now that I don't, it's like lost in there. I can remember song lyrics from when I was 10, but I can't remember Spanish. Like, please tell me why. Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls comes on, I know every word. JC asks me something in Spanish, I'm like, huh? Things that annoy me about my brain, number 842. Okay, I'm gonna do liner and lashes, and I'll be right back. You are beautiful, but why don't you smile in pics if your teeth don't bother you? Well, we couldn't have a Q&A, like it wouldn't be a Jessica Kent Q&A if someone didn't ask about my teeth. I didn't always used to be not bothered by them. Actually, it's been up until recently that I have not minded my teeth. I am in crossbite, that means 2 teeth are out of place, and they just happen to be the teeth in the front. I have healthy teeth, there's absolutely nothing wrong with them, but I don't want to pay $8,000 to change my teeth. It's something that I've been made fun of and bullied about my entire life, but really recently, I'm just like, you know what? It is who I am, it's part of me, and I don't want to spend $7,000 to fix 2 teeth. Not fix, move 2 teeth. I don't smile with my mouth open because I feel like I look like a chipmunk, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know how to because I never have my whole life. I don't know how to smile with my mouth open. So even if I were to change my crossbite, I wouldn't smile with my mouth open because I'm 30 years old, I'm almost 31, and I've never smiled with my mouth open my whole life. So, were you and Robbie ever in a relationship when you guys were younger? No. I had a very strict rule, and that was I do not date my runners. That mattered to me in New York especially. I know my ex-boyfriend sold for me too, but that was just to keep him busy, which you'll read more about in my autobiography. Stay tuned. But I needed to be taken seriously as a female in that world, and I wouldn't have been taken seriously if I slept with my runners. That's just as plain as I can say it. So no. Do you guys plan on having more kids? I know that this question is not meant to be hurtful. I know it's a very normal thing that our society says, ask about her uterus. Please don't, because we struggle with secondary infertility, and we have been trying for 3 years to have another child. Riley is 4, so we've been trying for 3 years, and it's not happening. It's not happening. I know that when you have kids, people just assume you can just have more kids. It doesn't work that way. So I struggle with secondary infertility, and it's not happening, and it sucks, and I'm not gonna do IVF because that's not the journey for me. IVF is very expensive, it's very painful, and I'm just not willing to do it. I know that you're not meaning to be hurtful, but I am asking you, please, from the bottom of my heart, stop asking me if we're having more children, because it's not happening for our family. And you know, it's just not an okay thing to ask women. I don't know where it became okay to ask when women are having children. To all of the women asking me this, please, like, please, let's come together and stop asking other women about their uterus. Sometimes they just don't want to. Other times they're struggling. Maybe they can't afford it. Like, there's so many reasons. So please, women, let's come together and stop asking other women when they're getting pregnant. Are you going to introduce your biological mother on your channel someday? Biological mother. Yes. I mean, we talk every single day. Y'all want to meet her right now? She's an old hippie chick. Y'all want to meet her? Your purpose in life is calling. Did you know you're my biological mother?
Last time I checked.
Can you see her? Say hi.
Hi.
I'm trying to tell them that we talk every day even though you're not on the channel.
Right.
They've not.
That's terrible.
She's a dragon. Why are you playing with the filters?
I don't even want filters on.
Ew, not that one.
I did that.
Gretchen did the dragon one.
The unicorn. Her and my little sister are playing with effects. And we have different ones, but we both have androids. Okay, say bye.
Later.
I almost left my phone in your car.
Your daughters have the same last name. If not, would you prefer to change Micah's? We don't share Reese's last name or my daughter's last names ever on a public platform. What is the weirdest, stupidest thing you've seen people get in a fight over in prison? A pizza sauce. Someone got slapped up over a 50-cent pizza sauce. Can't even make that shit up. What is your favorite song at the moment? So I really like Billie Eilish. I can't even help it. She's freaking talented and I love her and I think she's so dope. So I've had, You Should See Me in a Crown stuck in my head for like 2 days. Would you have bought a house if you were single or it's not possible without Reese? Girl, all things are possible. Reese and I are a team. We did this together. We split everything 50-50. Getting the house 50-50, everything. The only thing that we didn't split 50-50 is our cars. He bought his car, I bought my car. But everything else we've split 50-50 and we're a team. You know, I get that question a lot, which is very odd, because like I would never ask a couple that, like, could you have done that without your wife? It just seems like a very odd question. So maybe they mean it like because I'm a felon. Felons can buy a house, but they can't rent. And a lot of people argue that it's an insurance thing or that whatever. I understand, but some of us are trying to get our fucking life together and we need a chance. So, you know, it's a tough situation. So I feel like money is a big factor in that. I can buy a house, but I can't rent a studio apartment if I'm a felon. Our system is broken. What was looking for employment after your release like? Love your content. Love you too. Hard as hell. So my first job was a telemarketing job. It paid $7.50 an hour and I worked all the overtime I possibly could. And then I had a second job, which was at a vapor store, like the e-cigarette store. And they wanted to pay me $8 an hour, but I talked them up to 10. Go me. So I would work at the smoke shop, you know, 30 hours a week or so. And then I would work at the telemarketing place as many hours as I possibly could. Usually it was like 50. So I was essentially working 80-hour weeks. There were some times where I would start my job at the telemarketing company at 6 a.m. and then by 9:30 I'd have to go to the smoke shop. And then I would end my shift at the smoke shop at 3 p.m. and I would go straight to the telemarketing job. I'd go back there that day and work from 4 to 10 or 11. So I would do that just so I didn't think about using. I would do that just to stay so busy that I didn't have an excuse to use, and it was hard as hell. All right, you guys, that's it for the Get Ready With Me. I do want to mention I used the color, these lids never stay on the ColourPop one. I used the ColourPop liner for my lips and the ColourPop lippie stick. The lippie pencil is in the shade BFF3, maybe? Who knows? And then the lippie stick is in the shade Cookie, and it's matte. I use the Ardell Demi Wispies for my lashes. ColourPop liner. I just gotta fix my hair and then we're done. I really hope you enjoyed this laid back get ready with me, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.